Well, hey everybody, Martika here with Martika J Makes, and Happy New Year! Yes, we made it to 2022 and I couldn't be more excited. I've been under the weather, brought the year end under the weather, but I am getting better as the days go by. And yeah, I'm ready to get busy, you guys, with this sewing machine of mine because I haven't been able to sew in quite a while, just busy with the holidays and everything. So we're going to get started. So today I am talking about sewing in small spaces, sewing organization. I have a very small sewing space. It is in the corner of my bedroom, literally. And I will post a picture so that you can see where I sew. But I want to be able to, while you're organizing, I want to be able to give you just some insight on how I organize a few of my items and keep just everything, in a tight space, because even in this tight space, it can be overwhelming. So I find myself going in often and just kind of pulling some things out and seeing what I need, what I'm using, what I'm not using, so that I can always be able to make space. And that is what I'm in the process of doing even again now. But I just wanted to give you some ideas in case you're sewing in a small space also. And even if you're sewing in a larger space, I still might be able to give you some tips and ideas on how to organize in that area. So if you are new to my channel, welcome, and I hope that you stay to the end and become a subscriber. And if you are coming back to this channel, welcome back. And by all means, everyone, give this video a thumbs up, especially if you like what you see. So let's go ahead and get started. So the first space that I want to show you is right here on my wall. And I am not done with this wall. I have quite a bit of room upwards, and then even this little space to work with over here. But I wanted to show you how I was able to pull some things away from my desk that I sew on. I turned my desk into a sewing table. And because I used to keep everything behind my sewing machine and serger. And that became a little bit of a headache, especially when you're reaching behind there and my hand is catching on the serger thread. And it was just got a little bit chaotic. So I went and got these pegboards. My first thought was pegboard, the big white ones. And that's what we were going to put up. My husband put these up for me, and we were going to put those white pegboards up, but we noticed this, and I got these from Home Depot. And the difference with these, they're not the board. They're actually a really hard, I don't know what it's called, but really hard plastic. And what I liked most about them is that you didn't have to put like a board behind it or anything. I don't know if you can see back there. There we go. But that little foot back there, it already comes built in so that it moves the pegboard away from the wall so that you will be able to put your hooks in there. So each of these boards, this is 2 of the boards, and they kind of fit together like a puzzle if you want them to. So all we did was basically just kind of mark the wall where the screws needed to go, and he put the anchors in there. And yeah, that's how we got it up there. Now, these can be painted, so if I wanted them white, I could take them down and paint them. But I just decided to go ahead and just leave them black, and I actually like the look of them being black. If I wanted to put like a decorative paper over the top of it and just punch through the holes, I can do that too. Now, I have thought of that. So I don't know. Right now, it's not a necessity. But while I was there, I went ahead and I also grabbed some of these pegboard hooks. They came like 4 in a pack. And I can't remember exactly. I think they were like $2 and something at Home Depot. And I got like 3 packs of them so that I could make sure that I had enough. And then another thing I got, they had this little rack here. And this is a whole rack, you guys. And I had actually seen someone's pegboard that had one of these, and they had their scissors through it just like this. So I'm able to put my fabric only scissors there and my paper only scissors there. And I only have these marked because of my family, because mainly my husband, who will just go and grab any pair of scissors if he need them and just to get to cutting. So I had to mark them to show them, you know, which ones not to use, which ones to use if they're cutting a paper mail or something. And then I have one of my rotary cutters right here. I have my other two up there, and I have another one around here somewhere, and I can't seem to locate it, but it is one that I use for paper only. And I found it. It's behind the serger. See what I mean? But this one, it doesn't really have a hook or anything to go with this, so I'm just gonna have to leave this on the desk and put it inside my mug that I used to have all of this stuff in. So I got my pinking shears there. I got this little basket from Dollar Tree, and I knew that I could hook it because of the lines through it. I was hoping that it would sit up like this. They do have little baskets that sit up really nice, you know, on the pegboards, and I might get on Amazon or something and grab some. But yeah, this will work for now because all I did was put in there my extra tools from my serger and from my sewing machine, because I'm always going in there for something, and it sits in there just fine. What else do I have up here? This is something that actually is not going to stay up here. I just hung it up here to keep it out of the way and keep it out of my grandson's hands. But I'm actually taking this to my studio when I go back up there tonight. I put my measuring tape up here. I just rolled it up and hung it up there because it's something that I grab often. I put my pattern weights, which is basically just washers that you can also get from Home Depot. It's the large washers, the largest that they had that I saw. And I put those, hung those up there, and it's perfect because I'm always grabbing those too. And then over here, I have my thread holder. So the thing that I like about this, of course, because it's all up there, I still got to clean that off because some of the dust from the drywall got on it when he was putting those anchors in. But I like this because, of course, it helps me to be able to really be able to see my thread, and this is not all of my thread. But I can also move this up. I have this on two of those pegboard hooks there, so it's hanging on two, but because it has different levels, I can move it up some and still make space for more things at the bottom, which I do plan on doing. So yeah, that's one idea. These boards were, I don't know if they were on clearance or on sale. They're normally like $6 and something each, and I got them for like $4.97 or $4.67 or something like that. So I just grabbed two of them because I'm in a small space, but if I need more, I'll go and grab two more, but right now I just don't need it. So yeah, that is one way to organize. And then right underneath, I have my giant inch guide, which I use very, very, very often because I just cannot keep all of those tiny pieces of the inch in my head. So I'm going to be putting that in a really cute little frame here before long, but right now it's where I can see it. That's what matters. Now, what I used to keep everything in is this giant, wipe that bottom off, this giant mug right here. I love mugs. This is actually a friend of mine who has come through some serious battles in life. She is a cancer survivor. She started her own business. Check her out. And yeah, I got this mug from her quite a while ago, and I wanted to keep it where I could get to it. And so I said, you know what, I'm going to use this for my sewing thing. So I used to keep all of these scissors and rotary cutters inside here, and that's where they lived. I still have some trimming scissors in there. I'll probably end up hanging them like right here also. But yeah, that is what I used to keep everything in. But I have another glass, which I am going to tell you what I'm going to do with the things inside of it, because I do use the things in here very often. And this is just a glass container, like a candle holder, that I put things in. This is an idea for you if you're looking for a space, you know, to just put your extra pins, your gauge seam, what is it called? The the gauge measurers. I can't even think right now. Your marking pins, your chalk, just whatever, your tiny scissors. There's my walking foot, presser foot down there. But what I am going to end up doing, I'm going to be taking this off, and then of course the seam ripper I probably grab for that more than anything. But yeah, I'm going to be putting some type of little bucket to hang up here. And I'm going to put these things inside there. So that gets it up off of my sewing table. So it's called just making space wherever I can. The more space I can get on my sewing table, you guys, the better. So now let me take you to another little area and show you how I organize some other things. Now, this is the area where a lot of my other necessities are kept. It is kept, this is just a little table where my printer sits on in the corner. And my 3-drawer organizer actually fits in there perfectly. So I set it right under there. And then right here I have a bunch of labels, different shipping labels and things, because I do have an Etsy shop. And then right here is where I organize a lot of necessities. As you can see behind it, I have some interfacing, some heavy interfacing that I actually use a lot. So I just set my bolts of interfacing right back there. And then I will show you what's in these bins. Now this I believe it was last summer. I stumbled upon these at Walmart for, it was a value pack, a set of 4, and I think it was like $7 and something for all 4 of these containers together. So I thought, I sure could use some of this for a lot of my sewing stuff, because as you're getting ready to see, I have a lot of stuff, you guys, but I knew that I could put it up in a way to where I would be able to find it and actually use it. So in this little bin, I have all of my bias tape. And I just kind of line them up and I put them all in this container. So that's where I keep my bias tape. And then in this little one right here is where I keep my buttons. So all of my buttons I come across, my button maker, and just any buttons that I pick up that I like, I put them all in here. I even put my hook and eyes in here. So anything that means closure, I put them in this little bin. Now, I do know that at like Dollar Tree right now, for this season, they have come out with some great bins with handles. And I have actually been trying to keep an eye out to see if my local Dollar Tree has them, and they don't yet. But I think I'm going to be snagging some of those because I think those will come in real handy. Now, this other bigger bin, it's still a flat bin, but it's larger. I put all of my zippers. That's the only thing that goes in this bin is zippers. And when I find zippers on clearance and on sale or whatever, I put all of my zippers in here. Okay. So that is what houses all of my zippers. When I do get my own sewing space, I'm going to have them, you know, of course, in better spaces. But this, you got to work with the room that you have, you guys, seriously. And then in this bin down here, I have some serger thread. Some I have used, some I have not. But I will get to it. I know, I have no doubt about that. So that is some of my serger thread, because I have more and I'm getting ready to show you where it's kept. So let's put all of this back. Lock that up. Now, these drawers might be a little bit of a mess because I'm always in and out of them, but that's okay. They're still in a location. They have a home. So here is some more thread. I told you I had more thread, so I keep it in this little tackle box. Tackle boxes are great for organizing things. You can organize thread in your tackle boxes. You can organize buttons. You can organize like your small things, hook and eyes, needles, things like that. So just think about that. They're very inexpensive. You can get tackle boxes everywhere. Walmart, Target, Dollar Tree, everywhere, very inexpensively. Then I just keep a lot of other things in here. I'm probably going to have a place for some of these things, but right now it's just in this box. I put my extra scissors in here. There's my little sorority pin because I have not made anything to pin it to yet and keep it there. There are some labels, so at least I know where things are when I am ready for them. Oh, there's more tape. I thought I had more tape. I was looking for this at Christmas time. But I keep this tape in here because when I do a PDF pattern, well, I have tape and I don't have to go all over the house looking for it. And extra marking pens and pencils. I keep those type of things in this drawer. So that gives you an idea. Oh, what else do I have down here? Wanted to show you. I also have my bias tape. maker down here. So if you don't have one of these guys, they are so worth getting. I may do a video showing how to use them. If you haven't seen how to use them, there's tons of videos on YouTube showing how to make your own bias tape with these things. But they are, oh gosh, they're a godsend. They're amazing to work with, especially if you're making a lot of bias tape with your scraps. So in this drawer, I actually forget what's in this drawer sometimes. Here's some extra interfacing that I cut up. I have some of my marking, that wax paper. Oh, it used to only be elastic in here. There is still mostly elastic in here, but back here I also have hooks, like belt hooks and things like that. I keep my stop fraying down here to for fabric that frays. I keep that down here because I can keep it in an upright position. But yeah, I do mainly keep just elastic, and there's like layers levels of elastic down here, and they are all separated as far as like size. So sometimes when you open one up and cut into it and you get rid of the package, you don't remember what's what. So if it doesn't have a package, it is all tied together. So that's that one. And the last drawer is the rest of my serger tape. Serger thread. So I have that here. I have my hem, and then I have my seam roll for sleeves down there that I haven't even opened and used yet. But yeah, I have some ribbon back there in case I need it for something, an activity or project that I'm doing. I do have these magnetic seam guides down here, but I literally stuck them down here because I already have a couple on my sewing table or my desk, whatever you want to call it. So yeah, that is my sewing area. And just to give you some ideas on where I keep a lot of my sewing tools that I use often. So I hope you guys have enjoyed that. So my goal was to give you some great ideas on what you can do with small spaces, you guys. You can still sew up beautiful things, amazing things, magnificent things, but you have got to just use what you got. I look at other people's sewing spaces who have these large sewing rooms, and they're just beautiful, and they are my dream rooms. But right now, that's not what I have. So I work with what I got. And if all you have is a small sewing space, you guys make the best of it and get to sewing. So I am going to sign out at this point and go over here and do some organizing and some wiping up and things like that. And I will see you in the next video. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, and hey, share below with me how you use your sewing space, if you have a small or a large sewing space, and let me know if this video helped you today. So have a great one, you guys, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.